Welcome to Brunswick Beat,
Brunswick County's only television news show brought to you by the Brunswick Beacon. I'm Rachel Johnson.
And I'm Stacey Manning. A grand jury has indicted a Shallotte man on charges related to the murder of an 86-year-old Longwood woman. Richard Grissett was indicted for first-degree murder, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, first-degree burglary, and common law robbery. He was charged last week with the murder of Lenny Mae Ward. She was killed in her home earlier this month. Grissett has an extensive criminal background with multiple breaking and entering charges, as well as larceny and assault on a female. He is in custody at the Brunswick County Detention Center under no bond.
A Brunswick County man has been arrested and charged with kidnapping and trying to strangle a woman. Turner Gray, 30, of Ocean Isle Beach, was charged Sunday with strangulation, second-degree kidnapping, interfering with emergency communication, and communicating threats. The incident was reported Sunday afternoon at an address on Cleet Court in Carolina Shores. Late Tuesday, Gray was being held at the Brunswick County Detention Center under a $126,000 bond.
David Rouser has requested a recount of votes cast in the November 6th 7th Congressional District race between himself and Democratic incumbent Mike McIntyre. Rouser's campaign issued a statement announcing the request on November 20th, citing the race as the closest congressional race in the country. In response, McIntyre's campaign said it's unfortunate that taxpayer dollars, time, and resources would be spent for the recount when results have already shown McIntyre to be the winner. As 12 counties in the district finished their canvassing process on November 16th, the final vote tally showed McIntyre with a victory margin over Rouser. McIntyre's campaign declared him a winner to his 9th congressional term. Recounts were scheduled for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday this week. Results weren't available at press time.
Two Brunswick County law enforcement canines, Spike and Carlos, were retired at the November 19th County Commissioners meeting. The dogs were turned over to the care of their trainers. Jeremy Walls took home Spike and Ben Simmons took home Carlos. The trainers received no compensation or other support for taking in the dogs. The county is absolved of all liability once the dogs go to the trainers. Walls and Simmons have signed agreements to care for the dogs for the rest of their lives.
After 5 years of negotiating, Brunswick County and Ocean Isle Beach have agreed to a sewer system merger. The county will take ownership of the Ocean Isle wastewater treatment plant and assume the remaining debt, and will increase Ocean Isle Beach's sewage capacity to 1.6 million gallons per day. The county will not increase charges more than $2.94 per 1,000 gallons for 5 years. Ocean Isle Beach has agreed to pay $275,000 per year to pay off the debt on the West Brunswick Water Reclamation Facility.
The father of a victim of a one-car wreck says Sheriff John Ingram saved his son's life. Thurston Etheridge wants the public to know the sheriff, while off duty and at home, heard the October 25th crash and found Brian Etheridge on the ground. He had extensive injuries after he was thrown from his car. Ingram's action resulted in a life flight to New Hanover Regional Trauma Center. After a 4-hour surgery and 12 days on life support, Etheridge went home November 14th.
Cops Quick Stop in Sunset Harbor is the first business in North Carolina to open a village post office. The United States Parcel Service developed the village post office to counterbalance reduced hours at local post offices. To cut costs, many retail desks and post offices open only 2 to 4 hours a day. But Cops' store was selected due to the 15-mile distance to the closest post office in Bolivia.
The developer proposing an apartment complex adjacent to Leland's Waterford subdivision presented the plan to residents November 20th. He wanted to calm their fears, but faced resistance from a group of homeowners who asked several tough questions. Eastland Capital intends to build a 240-unit complex of luxury 1-, 2-, and 3-bedroom apartments to rent at rates comparable to Wilmington's higher-end apartments. The property would have to be rezoned, and the site plan would have to be approved by Leland officials.
Calabash's new 1-acre community park is officially open. Opening ceremonies took place November 17th. The park is at the corner of Persimmon Road and Traders Lane. It was built using funds from the North Carolina Parks and Recreation Trust Fund grant program, matching town funds and private donations. It is an accumulation of efforts from private citizens, the town's long-range planning committee, and the mayor and the town board of commissioners. The new park offers a large picnic shelter with bathrooms and storage, a children's play area including slides and swings, horseshoes, shuffleboard, and bocce ball.
Do you remember what Brunswick County was like 4 years ago? Let the Beacon refresh your memory with the final installment in its Looking Back series. In this week's edition, we take a look at memorable stories and photos that were published in the Beacon between 2008 and 2010. For the past year, in celebration of the Beacon's 50th anniversary, this November, we've been publishing stories from prior issues of the Beacon, starting with the newspaper's first year in 1962 and continuing up to the recent past. Find all these stories and much more inside this week's Beacon, available on newsstands now. Welcome to the Beacon Sports Report. Maury Watkins has been a devoted citizen advocate for Brunswick County Parks and Recreation, serving more than 3 decades on the Brunswick County Parks and Recreation Advisory Board Committee. That service was honored recently when he received the Special Citation Award at the recent North Carolina Recreation and Park Association State Conference. Watkins was appointed to the board in 1980, serving as chairman and vice chairman throughout the years. He has been a member of the National Recreation and Park Association for the past 24 years. In what may have been its largest margin of victory ever, the West Brunswick girls basketball team trounced West Columbus 59-10 on November 20th. The season opener had a little bit of everything, from a 30-3 halftime lead to a technical foul to a spectacular block to a Viking player scoring on a layup in the wrong basket. West Brunswick third-year basketball coach Eric Davis saw his team struggle defensively during the first half of the season opener against West Columbus and knew exactly what he had to do. After full-court pressure failed to slow down the visiting Vikings for the first 16 minutes, Davis reverted back to the Trojans' bread and butter, an aggressive half-court man-to-man defense that has been a staple of West Brunswick's varsity boys basketball team since Davis's arrival. The Trojans responded by suffocating West Columbus during a dominant third-quarter spurt on their way to a convincing 79-66 victory. West Brunswick held its opponent to 6 points in the period after allowing 38 before halftime. Read all these stories and much more and see more great photos in this week's sports section of the Beacon.
Back at Cattails again today with manager Trish Kelly, and Trish has 2 new friends here for us. Who
Hey,
we got
Laura.
today, Trish?
How are you?
Good.
Nice to see you. You're holding Nutmeg. She's a female.
Aw,
And I'm holding her brother Neptune.
okay.
And they're 2 kittens. They're new to us, so they aren't quite as calm as the last 2, but they will be
Okay.
by the time they've been here for a bit. But they'll be ready for adoption before Christmas, and they're just beautiful kittens.
They really are. Well, y'all have done a good job here with all the cats and kittens, so I know they're going to get acclimated really fast.
Mm-hmm.
And people can come out and visit with Neptune and Nutmeg. They would make good Christmas cats, do you think,
Oh, yes.
Trish?
Look at that pretty face.
Oh, beautiful cats. And they're just 2 of the beautiful cats and kittens that they have here. And you can come and visit with all the cats and kittens available for adoption at Cattails in Ocean Isle Beach on Beach Drive. They're open to the public on Wednesdays from 11 to 1 and on Saturdays and Sundays from 11 to 3. Have I got that right, Trish?
Absolutely, and we're at PetSmart on the weekends. You can come up and see our cats if you're closer to Wilmington.
In
It's a good
Wilmington.
place to visit.
Okay. Well, thank you once again.
Thank you.
Have a great holiday here at Cattails.
You have one too.
Thanks.
It's time to usher in the holiday season this Saturday in Shallotte. The day begins at 10 a.m. with the annual Shallotte Christmas Parade along Main Street. Roads will be closed starting at 8:30 a.m. The parade route will travel from the intersection of Main Street and Whiteville Road to Smith Avenue. Everyone is encouraged to visit the Christmas on the River Festival and Brunswick Stew Cook-Off immediately following the parade at Shallotte Riverside Park behind the Brunswick County Chamber of Commerce. The cook-off is $5 for a sampling and casting a vote. The festival is free and features a variety of activities from live music and craft vendors to ribs and barbecue.
Holden Beach will light its town Christmas tree Thursday at 6 p.m. at the Town Pavilion under the bridge. The town will also host a chili cook-off, which begins at 5 p.m. Activities during the event include a sing-along Christmas caroling, a hayride, and a kids' cakewalk. Calabash's 17th annual tree lighting is set for 6 p.m. Friday at Callahan's of Calabash on the corner of Beach Drive and River Road. Highlights include the Spirit of Calabash Parade and Santa Claus making his entrance on a fire engine. Volunteers will collect gifts for local children. For more information, call event organizer Laura Ward at 579-5550.
In observance of Charles Dickens' 200th birthday, historic Southport will be transformed into an authentic Victorian-style English village this coming Friday and Saturday, November 30th and December 1st. The town, in conjunction with the Brunswick Arts Council, is sponsoring a bicentennial Charles Dickens Christmas Festival from 1 to 9 p.m. both days, rain or shine. Tickets are $10 for adults and $5 for children ages 7 to 12. Children ages 6 and younger will be admitted free. Prices include all venues and entertainment both days. Tickets may be purchased in advance at brunswickartscouncil.org or call 371-2641. There will be collection sites for donations to Brunswick Family Assistance for canned and dry goods, Brunswick County Homeless Coalition for warm clothing and toiletries, and Brunswick County Literacy Council for books.
The 2nd Marine Division Band will present a holiday concert at 3 p.m. Saturday, December 1st at Odell Williamson Auditorium at Brunswick Community College. For more information, call 448-1775 or pick up tickets at the box office. There's a limit of 6 tickets per person. The Swing Sisters are performing at 7:30 p.m. Friday, November 30th at Odell Williamson Auditorium. The performance is described as a 1940s-style USO holiday show. Doors open at 7 p.m. Tickets are $27 for adults, $25 for students and seniors, and $10 for children ages 12 and younger. For more information, visit bccowa.com or call the box office at 755-7416.
Tanya Atkinson, the general manager of Smithville's Chicken and Barbecue in Leland, has begun her 3rd annual Christmas diaper drive. She has a goal of collecting 1,000 pounds of diapers. Atkinson plans to donate the diapers to Brunswick Family Assistance in Charlotte after learning that many families in need can't afford to buy diapers. A big red donation box is in place at the front door of the restaurant. Donations are also being accepted at a classic car show December 4th, beginning at 5 p.m. in Smithville's parking lot.
Super Saturday on Ocean Isle Beach drew hundreds to the island to enjoy a full day of activities. The fun started with the Ocean Isle Beach Property Owners Association's annual holiday parade and continued with the tree lighting and Christmas caroling. Santa Claus made a stop at the Ocean Isle Beach Fire Department, and the day concluded with the annual holiday flotilla along the waterway. See pictures from all 3 events online at brunswickbeacon.com.
That's all the time we have for tonight, but you can read all these stories and much more in this week's Beacon. And don't forget, we're hosting a poster contest promoting seatbelt use. The deadline is approaching. It's Friday, December 7th. Details of how you can enter are in this week's Beacon. If you have comments or suggestions for us at Brunswick Beat, you can email us at brunswickbeat@brunswickbeacon.com. Don't forget to follow the Beacon on Facebook and Twitter. Just search for Brunswick Beacon.
Thank you for joining us, and don't forget to tune in next week for a brand new edition of Brunswick Beat, Brunswick County's only television news show. We close out this week's show with more images from Ocean Isle Beach's Super Saturday.